Hi there,
Okay.
everybody. I am Becky Amble, and today I am so thrilled to have someone joining us to talk about his AI tip that he has been using and created. This is Jeff Johnson of Velocity Sales. Jeff, why don't you give us a little background on what you do, what your business is?
Yeah, thanks, Becky. Thanks for inviting me. Happy to be here. At Velocity Sales, we work primarily with small to mid-size aerospace and defense companies here in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. And it's typically companies struggling with stagnant revenue growth. I've found that oftentimes that's due to inefficient sales organizations. So I created a tool called the Sales Optimization Score to help companies quickly identify their most problematic areas and get back on track to revenue growth.
That is awesome. And Jeff's got a wealth of experience and has created this great model and is doing awesome work for
Thank
the
you.
companies out there in the aerospace field. One of the things that Jeff has done is he's been using artificial intelligence to do some new creative and innovative things. And one thing he came up with was how to create an ICP. So, Jeff, you want to tell us a little bit about
Sure.
your work and how the ICP is an issue. And then
Yeah.
what made you come up with creating what you did using AI?
Yeah, certainly. Well, a lot of the companies I work with, one of the challenges they have is really better defining who their customer is and where they should spend their time and where they get their best ROI. And so the ICP, or ideal customer profile, is a way in which a company can really better define that ideal customer. So I wanted to put something together that highlights how to go about creating a ICP and what are the types of questions that you should be asking, whether you want to do this internally or whether you want to bring someone else in to help you do that. And so I put together something I hope is pretty concise and straight to the point. But I also wanted to use something like artificial intelligence to make sure that I was capturing something that was conveying what I was trying to explain in a creative manner that would resonate with people. And I think we've all heard a lot about AI, and there's so much that's out there. And so I've been trying to make better use of the various AI tools that are available to us. And I think it does a really nice job of augmenting what people are already using. I don't believe it's a replacement, but it's certainly something that can really help amplify what you're working on.
Super. And I know you created a specific prompt and you tested it and you went through all that. And I'm curious, have you had an opportunity to work with any clients using this yet?
Yeah, I've had a couple clients that are interested in and responded back to my post regarding the ICP. So I think it resonates with a lot of companies. I know some are more familiar with ICP than others. I would say generally speaking, maybe the smaller to mid-sized companies haven't spent quite as much time developing their ICP. So I think that maybe caused a light bulb to go off with some companies, and that, oh, yeah, maybe we do need to spend better time defining who that customer is. So our sales teams are as efficient as possible, and they're not maybe chasing after customers that are less likely to buy their product or service.
Yeah, that sounds like such a great idea. And a lot of times people have an idea who their
Mhm.
ideal customer is. And I think a lot of times people know the answers, but they don't know the questions. And
Sure. Yep.
your prompt works through getting those pieces identified and helps them really get clarity. So I think it sounds like a fabulous tool.
Yes, and that's a very good point. Even in my mind, I have an idea of what an ICP should look like, and maybe questions that I would ask. And I think using AI, and in this case, I use ChatGPT and created that prompt. It it generated a couple additional questions that maybe I wasn't top of mind for me, And I think it also put them in a format that perhaps was better worded than than I would have done myself.
Well, that's excellent because most of us can generate ideas and things, and sometimes it's just a matter of putting it together in a way that seems to be a little bit more concise or a little bit maybe more even
Mhm.
coherent than if we just ramble something off. So
Right.
I think this is fantastic. I would guess that this is going to be a big hit for you and just an awesome way to help your clients get a better handle on who their ideal customer is really is, and then prepare their salespeople to go
Sure.
after that and be much more effective.
Yeah.
So I think this is awesome. Thank you for spending the time with us. And anybody out here that's tuning in that's in the aviation related business, man, you know who your go-to guy is. You check out what Jeff is doing, and I'm sure you'll find immense value in just even a conversation with him.
Sure.
So thanks again for joining
Yeah.
us and sharing your AI tip.
Thanks, Becky.
Okay, we'll see ya.